This is Steve Jewin for Glove Up or Shut Up. This interview with JC Llamas was originally taped for our show, but we decided to release it as a separate bonus track. He'll be fighting Chris Quittiquit on April 1st. For more about that fight, let's get to the interview with JC Llamas. And now, for all news, reviews, and interviews in mixed martial arts, it's time for Glove Up or Shut Up from AngryMarks.com.
Hello?
Hello, JC.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, I'm sorry about us missing connections last night. I apologize again for that.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
It's been about a year now since the last fight, and that was Joaquin Spirit Wolf. Did you get injured in that fight?
Kind of. Everything was mostly. I was working on couple things at the gym and working some commercials, some auditions for TV, and I was doing also some jiu-jitsu tournaments as well. Yeah, but now I have this fight coming up, and it's a good fight. I have a guy. My opponent is Chris Quittiquit. It's a guy from Diaz. He's his student, his sparring partner. He's always there training with him and always coaching him on his fight. So it's gonna be a good fight for me.
Yeah, now let's get more details about that fight so everybody knows how they can check it out, where it's going to be, what tickets are available. Give them all that information right now.
Okay. Well, my opponent, his style is similar as Nate Diaz. He's, I think he's 6 foot tall. His body length is the same, exactly the same, skinny, long. His best thing is his boxing, and also his jiu-jitsu is good. So his style is similar as Nate Diaz. The ticket is gonna be in the Eagle Mountain Casino in Porterville, California, in the casino in the Eagle Mountain, and the tickets I think they're $30 and $40. We sold over 100 and something tickets from my gym only, and we have a lot of people going to our fight, so it's gonna be a good fight.
Now, is this going to be available anywhere online? Is it going to be streamed over the internet or maybe on pay-per-view somewhere?
I know the people recording is called Green Light Media, so they record and they put it on YouTube. But besides that, I think they sell the shows to different networks. I'm not sure exactly what network they're gonna sell it, what TV they're gonna sell it, but they always broadcast it. I don't think they broadcast it live, but they're gonna broadcast it in like a week or 2 weeks after the fight. I seen those videos in different websites or YouTube, and they're probably gonna start to some type of TV network.
Well, then it'll be on tape delay or maybe on television or both. So we'll look forward to seeing that fight one way or the other. Let's just go back to the fact that he's a student of Nate Diaz. Did this arise after Nate Diaz fought Conor McGregor, or is this something that's been in the works for a while?
No, I supposed to fight 3 different guys. I supposed to fight some other person, and that person broke his hand on training, and then they gave me a different guy. When I got the other opponent, I told the promoter, okay, yeah, let's make it happen. And the next day he said, you know what, that guy was it's not gonna happen. I have this guy for you if you want him. And then I said, yeah, that's fine, let's make it happen. And so he was my third option. And then he just told me his name. He didn't tell me from where, anything. So I started finding more about him, and I saw like a couple of his videos, and I noticed Nate Diaz was there with him, like cornering him and telling him like what to do and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that guy looks familiar. Oh, that's Nate Diaz. And and a few days later, a week later, he ended up fighting McGregor and choked him out. So I was like, well, that's a good fight. After I beat his student, I can probably challenge him and ask him if he want to fight me, you know. We both 170, so it'll be a good fight. After I beat Chris Quittiquit, I can challenge Nate Diaz and ask him to fight me, and I can probably knock him out too.
If he's a disciple of Nate Diaz and his prodigy and his star student, then that's definitely a feather in your cap to get under Nate's skin. And as we know about the Diaz brothers, they get their feathers ruffled pretty easily.
So yeah, that's gonna be something very interesting to watch. And he student has a really good boxing. Like I see Nate Diaz style in my opponent. Like they're very similar styles, so it's gonna be a good fight for me.
Death by 1,000 punches, then they just grind you down until eventually you end up getting in a position to get submitted. That's, I suppose every student of Nate Diaz would probably end up being like that.
Yeah, probably. This guy, I see some of his fights, and his boxing is really good, decent. His jiu-jitsu is good. He actually grappled with one of my friends, Joe Soto. And Joe Soto, Joe Soto has really good jiu-jitsu. And they were going back and forth. They did like, I think it was like the 6-minute or 10-minute round, something like that. Then went back and forth. So I know his jiu-jitsu is decent. I've been working on my boxing a lot lately, like a lot boxing, just pure boxing with some pro fighters and WBC world champions. And I'm holding myself. I'm doing good against them. And I think when I fight this guy, you're gonna see a brand new JC. Like my boxing style, my stand up is just another level now. My jiu-jitsu just keeps improving. I did a world jiu-jitsu tournament, and the IBJJF world champion, the guy that just won the IBJJF world champion, it was my first match, and I went against him in the no-gi, and I tapped him out in like 20 seconds with a fancy leg lock. So my jiu-jitsu is up there too.
We got a real war coming up on our hands on April 1st, and 2 jiu-jitsu masters, a Gracie jiu-jitsu student and a disciple of Nate Diaz against JC. That's going to be a fantastic fight. But since you mentioned Joe Soto, I wanted to ask you a question really quick. His Mishinori Tanaka fight was a split decision, could have gone either way. I thought possibly it could have gone to him. What did you think?
I think Joe Soto took it too. Besides that, he's my friend. I think he did, even on the TV score, on the UFC score, it shows that he did more damage. It showed that he got more points, but they ended up getting to the guy. But I think Joe Soto had the advantage in that one, by points and because of the damage too.
This is the argument I always have with my co-host on Glove Up or Shut Up. It's like, do you score damage or do you score control? And I think if you score damage, you can argue Joe Soto won that fight.
Yeah, he was actually toying with him at the end of couple rounds. He was toying with the opponent, but in points he got the points, and damage I think he got more damage too. So by the end that I getting to the guy, it was a close fight too though.
I'm just glad he didn't get cut off it, because sometimes when you get 2 or 3 losses in a row, UFC is quick to pull the trigger on that. But I think they're giving him some extra grace because it was a close fight, and because his very first fight, he fought the champion. You fought the champion on short notice, so we're going to keep you around.
Yeah, I think they actually they thought about it. Like he's one of the top guys. I think I don't know if he's still ranked under the top 10 guys, but he jumped in from 0 to the biggest guy up there, and he did good against against the champion. I mean, he did 5 rounds with him. He got caught with a head kick, but he did good against him. And the second fight, he got caught there, So I think they're probably gonna give him probably another chance, a couple more chances too, and then he's gonna get back to it.
He's not in the top 15 right now. I just double-checked to make sure, but they give him any fight in the top 15, he's got a chance to break in. He could go against John Lineker or Frankie Saenz, somebody like that. He could be right back in that mix.
Yeah, I hope they do so he can get another title shot and actually prepare for that title shot,
I agree. So back to your opponent. I kind of find a little irony to the name here, Quit. Because if you tap him out with one of those submissions of yours, that's what he's going to be doing. He's going to quit and quit.
Yeah, he has 2 options. Either he gets knocked out or he quits. So either he quits to quit, one or the other. On one of my fights, I have an opponent named Kenny Ento. Very tough opponent, very well-rounded, well-experienced. He's over 30 fights. I think he's gonna do that on me. He's gonna get tired in the second round. He almost got knocked out a couple of times, and then he just sit down and quit. And his cardio, I hope his cardio is as good as mine, because it's gonna be 3 5-minute rounds. So my opponent's cardio, Kenny Ento, whenever I fight him on the second round, he just quit. He used to sit down on the middle of the second round. After a couple punches, he used to sit down and say, "That's it. I'm done. I don't want to fight no more." Hopefully, this guy does the same thing.
Right. That's something I wanted to ask you about because there's only 2 fights that I know of in recent memory where somebody just from sheer exhaustion ended the fight. You mentioned the Kenny Ento fight, and there was the Kimbo Slice Dada 5000 fight where Dada just fell down from exhaustion. Did you get deja vu when that fight took place?
Actually, I haven't seen that fight. Somebody was telling me that they were just super, super tired. I haven't seen that fight, but I think the heavyweights is a common thing because, you know, they're big, their muscle, the oxygen in the muscle is not as much as somebody a lot smaller. And Kenny, I never seen Kenny like quitting on a fight. So, I think the pace that I put, and honestly, if you see my fight, like I land so many heavy punches to the head, like I rock and at least like 4 or 5 times. So I was either going to sleep by knocked out or just knowing the fact that one more punch and you're done. So I think he was smart. He just sit down and say, you know what? It's going to knock me out anyway, so I just quit. So I think it was the smartest option for him.
Yeah, well, they always say nothing takes away your cardio faster than getting punched in the head. It doesn't matter how many miles you've run or how much workout you've done in the gym. You get hit enough times, your cardio is just out of there.
It's actually true, man. Like when you get hit, you start feeling it. And a bunch of times, that's true. Like it doesn't matter how great your cardio is. Sometimes one punch can make you so dizzy that you don't even know where you're at.
I think the other thing that factors in, we saw Dada 5, he had a really bad weight cut, and we didn't know that until after the fight and all the medical information came out. So hopefully your opponent doesn't make a huge weight cut to take this fight with you.
I hope so. I'm thinking to go to 155 next fight. I've been cutting weight properly. I've been doing everything right. My weights are good. I never miss weight, so I think for after this fight, I'm gonna do another fight in August at 155. Somebody offered me a boxing match, so I'm probably gonna start doing pro boxing. So we'll see how that works after this fight. Hopefully, if it's no MMA 155, I'll go boxing again. I mean, for the first time.
Well, you're always keeping busy. You got this big fight with Nate Diaz student Chris Quit, and you've got boxing potentially coming up. And you mentioned that you've also been doing some acting between the Joaquin Spirit Wolf fight and this fight. So what else is going on? Tell us the rest of the things you've been doing.
Well, we built a strong team in the gym. We have a very solid team for boxing and another solid team for jiu-jitsu and for MMA. Our gym is growing like crazy. We have a lot of new students and a lot of students fighting too. And we just did an exhibition. I took like 12 of my boxing kids to compete, and everybody did amazing. Everybody really good. They did really good. And I also have one of my girls, a female fighter. She's fighting the same day on April 1st, professional. I have another guy that just fought for the title. I have for the amateur title for 559, and I have 2 jiu-jitsu tournaments coming out with my students. So we've been staying very, very busy. And the biggest news of all, and probably the best ones, is that I'm having a baby too on June 13th. Having a baby boy, 13, my first one.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Hey, that's a week before my birthday, so if that comes out on that exact date, that's tremendous.
That'll be good, huh? That'll be really good. The years can celebrate together.
Yes, indeed. So congratulations again to you on your family and everything going right for you right now. And everybody knows that you do reality TV as well. So are we going to be seeing you back again on another reality show in the near future?
I hope so. I had a couple options and working on a TV show for 20th century, and hopefully everything goes good, and try to stay busy, try to save some money for the baby, and couple projects that I have in mind as well.
We've got this big fight coming up on April 1st, Chris Quit. It's going to be at the Eagle Mountain.
The fight is going to be in Porterville, California at the Eagle Mountain Casino. It starts at 8 p.m. I'm fighting in the co-main event against Chris Quit. So I'll be fighting around 9 o'clock, 9:30. And it's going to be April 1st. And also I have Jessica Birch fighting the same day, April 1st. on the prelim card, and that's it for this fight. Hopefully everything goes well, and I have another fight coming up very soon.
All right. I hope everything does go well, and I hope everybody comes out to the Eagle Mountain Casino and checks it out. And if they can't be there live, look for it in a couple of weeks. And JC will tell you how to see it if you weren't there. He'll tell you whether it's on YouTube or somewhere else. And speaking of how you'll tell people that, give them your social media info.
Oh, definitely. My social media is JC Llamas MMA. Llamas is with double L, LLAMAS. JC Llamas MMA, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also on YouTube. So I upload some of my fights on YouTube so you guys can see it. And thank you for following me, and for also thank you so much to Juan for having me in your radio show.
It's my pleasure, JC. Thank you again, everybody. JC Llamas, you're not going to want to miss his fight with Chris Quitaquit and Nate Diaz. He may be next, so stay tuned. Thanks again, JC.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, man.
You too.